Recently, I was asked whether I'm conscious to give my thoughts on TED Talk. Frankly, I wasn't, as I'm just going to rewind my life story, which is unrehearsed. A very good morning to all of you. I can see a lot of young, dynamic youth here who are working very hard towards bright future. I have a question for you. What are your aims in life? Success? Fame? Happiness? Wealth? Or a balance of everything? Yes? I guess the answer would be balance of everything. As growing up, I was fascinated to so many novel things like toys, books, other fancy things, and I wanted to do so many things in life which would rather change every year. I wish to become a detective when I read Sherlock Holmes, and how I wish to participate and represent in Olympics to represent my country when I played my athletics and hockey tournament. And of course, fashion designer and air hostess were my short-lived dreams. Coming from middle class family, I always considered myself to be an ordinary person. I was blessed to have a parents who supported me wholeheartedly during my journey. My father, he was a company secretary and a farmer too. We used to often visit our farm in nearby village, and it so happened that I stayed in the village for a fortnight. I was 14 then. That time I noticed numerous shortcomings in the village lifestyle, such as lack of medical healthcare facilities, want of proper schooling, illiteracy, unhealthy surroundings, and looking at that, I was disturbed and upset. Deep inside, the little girl in me felt helpless and sad. I vividly remember that a lady who was working on a farm, in the midnight, she went into labor. Since there was no facility in the village for a cesarean section, she was shifted to the hospital, which was almost 30 kilometers away from our place. And unfortunately, in the transit, she lost a baby. On her return back, I noticed the agony and the shock she underwent. I was really shaken up. Even though I could not figure out my purpose. A year later, I was taken to a doctor for my medical checkup, and while answering my medical history, I was awestruck by his knowledge and aura. And the respect he commanded was highly infectious. And that was the moment I intently felt that I should become a doctor. I was fortunate to be admitted in one of the most renowned medical colleges in India, the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences. The institute followed Gandhian philosophy very diligently, like wearing khadi, weekly prayers, doing shramdan, a strict vegetarian diet, and prohibition of alcohol, and most importantly, simplicity. All these values made a profound impact on my personality, and I'm happy to say that really shaped my destiny. After finishing my post-graduation, I was offered jobs in metro cities and abroad. The Gulf countries that time offered highly paid jobs, since lady with the gynecologist was the most wanted combination. But as a hardcore patriot, I opted to render my services to rural community which lacked resources and medical health care. Next 20 years went by with me deeply engrossed in my medical practice, and I was, as a leading gynecologist, I was catering to the needs of rural community who were deprived of many privileges. On personal front, I was a homemaker, a mother, a daughter-in-law. It is truly said that the only thing is change is the only constant. And one thing I have noticed in myself which has not changed since beginning, that my passion which was passion for to learn, to grow and to evolve. I take pride in saying that I did groom my children in the best possible manner. Eventually, my efforts bore fruit as my both children, they are well placed, sophisticated and they are good human beings. I realized that the cases of infertility were in rise in the rural area because of extensive use of pesticides, insecticides, stressful lifestyle, obesity, alcohol, junk food and drug addictions were some of the causes. I really felt sad to look at a couple who were childless. In an effort to ameliorate the situation, I have upgraded my knowledge and set up a center which was an advanced infertility center in Tehsil area for the first time in India. I feel it apt to mention one incident which has left a mark on me. It was 2017 month of March. I happened to rummage through local newspaper when a surge of emotion passed through me when I read a story about Sophia and Mohsin. They had two children, Ishan and Inaya, 2 and 4 years respectively. And after the second childbirth, they thought their family is complete. They went ahead with their family planning operation. One day, however, these children, they were diagnosed with a PUO, that is pyrexia of unknown origin, and which got complicated. Children were shifted to Pune to a higher center, and unfortunately, because of reasons unknown, the children succumbed to illness. Sophia and Mohsin's world had come to full stop. This news hit all headlines since both children were passed within a span of 2 days. When I read this news, I was broken into despair and ruffled inwardly. But destiny had a ray of hope for this couple in store. After 15 to 20 days, they walked to me in my consulting, and when I looked at Sophia, she was literally frozen into despair or standing like a statue. An intent look on expectation on her face resolved my grit and determination, and I decided to go ahead with her case. As we began IVF treatment in her case, as I was a bit skeptical since the conditions were very unfavorable at the time of embryo transfer. And I counseled the couple, maybe we would not get results in first cycle, and they agreed at hand. And the day arrived when the first scan revealed pregnancy. When I broke this news to the family, Sophia and Mohsin's, their joy knew no bounds. With incessant effort, we carried this pregnancy uneventfully, and on 28th of December in the same year, Sophia delivered a healthy male baby in our hospital. I was mere a catalyst in this case, but I felt really grateful to bring and to be able to give joy in the family. I never truly could grasp the intensity of my action until this couple came back to say thank you to me, and while saying so, they said, "Madam, for us, you hold a place next to God." And that was the moment I really felt very fulfilled, and that is one of the most memorable moments in my life. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt. This photo, the Mohsin and Sophia's first two children, Inaya and Ishan, which they lost in the illness. And now this is the recent photo of Mohsin and Sophia's son, who is Ali. I forgot to mention that. Ali, the boy, who is 5 years old now, and by the way, they are here in Mumbai with you all. As I felt that there is high time that I should give something back to the society. So I started donating funds, rendering my services in many organizations, but my ideology would always clash with theirs. I had to do something which I can vouch for, and that's how the idea of Prerna Foundation transpired. I know when your motive is selfless, many like-minded people, they join the movement, and that's how we have many aims and objectives under Prerna Foundation, but girl-child education tops the priority. Day I discovered my medical profession, I felt, yes, this is my calling, and this is the stream which will give me my purpose in life. Being a doctor taught me to appreciate the value of life. It's not only about treating the illnesses and injury. It's all about helping people. I feel it's all about being there for them during their most vulnerable time. And it's all about giving them hope when they have none. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which one can use to change the world. And in my own little capacity, I took few gentle steps via Vidyaniketan group of schools, because of which I feel satisfied today. Friends, I reckon learning is a lifelong process. One must go on and on. After 30 years of gynecology practice, I stand before you as a doctor, an educator, a social worker, and an international yoga trainer. I have earned advanced course in infertility. I have done a diploma in advanced infertility from London 3 years back. I finished 2 levels of Kathak 1 year back. And recently I finished my course in embryology. And there are many things lying in the pipeline which I would like to do later. I feel every person in this world is for a reason. One cannot change the world. The world will change on its own. You change one life. You change one passion. You change one thought. And to wrap up, I would make an appeal to all my young fellow Indians. As you pursue your goals in life, please remember, don't forget your rural India, right there. It's calling you. It needs you. Render your services whatever capacity you can. And don't wait for somebody to make a difference. You be the change which you wish to do in the world. Thank you one and all.